I've got a few things that I need to go do. I need to stop at the store. I need to stop at the bank. And then while I'm doing that, I might as well go ahead and just stop at Starbucks real quick. We're here. I've never been to this Starbucks before. It's new. Probably thinking, Josiah, you usually sit at the chairs outside of Starbucks to do this. Well, you know what? I looked at those chairs over there and they are covered in ice. It looks so freezing over there. Plus it's right next to the road. It's kind of busy and there's gonna be a lot of traffic noise. It's the blonde coffee again. It's really good, but still super hot. So the other day I'm reading the story of Jacob. I've read this story 10,000 times. I know it from beginning to end, back to front, the whole thing. But as I'm reading it, something popped out to me. I read these two verses and I'm like, I have never read these verses before. I had no idea. So let's back up a little bit. You've heard the story of Jacob. He and his brother, they're basically feuding their whole life. Finally, it comes time for their dad, Isaac, to die, and he calls them in to bless them. This whole thing goes down and they leave for 20 years. My whole life, I assumed that Isaac died. He died sometime during that 20 years that Jacob was gone. But that's not what happened. After the 20 years, Jacob and Esau, they get back together, they go back to their homeland, and then right at the end of Genesis 35, there's this verse I've never seen before. It says, Isaac died at 180 years old, a ripe old age. And then it said that Jacob and Esau buried him. But this all happened after the 20 years that Jacob was gone. Isaac lived that entire 20 years, not knowing where either of his sons were, and he died after they got back. You might be like me, hey, whoa, no way, I had no idea that Isaac died after the 20 years Jacob was gone. Or you might be like, Josiah, duh, he didn't die until after they came back. They buried him. The point is that the Bible is a big book, a really big book, with lots of stories and lots of details in it. If you just read it once or twice, you're gonna miss a lot of it. I've read the Bible probably a couple dozen times. Is that right? I've read through the Bible maybe a dozen or so times, and I've never noticed this before. There's so many stories, so many things happening in the Bible that if you just skim through it, you're gonna miss it. My voice just crack? I think so. So don't just read the Bible once. Don't just skim through it. Dig into it. Read it again and again and again, because there's stuff in there that you've probably never seen before. Stuff that could change your life. Stuff that God wants to tell you and use in your heart that you're never gonna know about if you only read it once. So that's it. That's all I have to talk to you guys about today. Super simple message. Let's get out of here. At the grocery store, my favorite grocery store. Deposit that into my checking account for me? So my big question for you is, have you ever done what I did, where you read something in the Bible that you didn't know was there, even though you've read it 1,000 times? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, hit the like button, hit subscribe, and go ahead and hit the bell. That way you'll get notifications every time I come out with a new video like this. See you guys.